the sky, which was so, the sky is falling. Hey y'all, it's Bonnie. Welcome to Bonnie Life, where life happens. I'm just going to do a super quick get ready with me. Hello, can we come up a little bit? Thank you. I just wanted to address last week's stuff. I got nothing. English is obviously supposed to be my first language, but it's not behaving as if it is. I wanted to address the post I put up on the community page about the tornado, because I didn't want to leave anybody scared, and I thought, okay, I have to get ready. So before I upload the videos that I had for last week, which is why I posted that, because we were having intermittent internet access because our provider was down and our provider was in and out. We tried to watch things on Netflix and it pop in and pop out. So let's go over that. And some of you who know where I live might have been concerned because we were really close. So yes, F4 tornado. Several tornadoes hit down around us. The town my mom and sisters live in was hit by 2 tornadoes. But the most devastating tornado, an EF4, hit the neighboring community to us. And neighboring community as in we share school districts and stuff like that. So, yeah, they were hit bad. So if you want to look up Linwood, Kansas, and see their Linwood, Kansas tornado 2019, you could YouTube it and find videos on it. This thing was massive. Here's a couple of just shots. One was taken by the Bonner Police Department in Bonner Springs, Kansas. I had just left that highway. I was on K7. I don't go anywhere. The day I go somewhere, seriously, that was on a Tuesday. My sister does my driving. She goes with me when I have her here because I don't drive. I don't go anywhere. So she went with me to Lawrence, Kansas, over on a street called Wakarusa. First tornado that touches down is in Wakarusa. She went with me. My niece needed a ride, and I hadn't had any sleep all night. I was exhausted, but I took her, and we went right through the area of Linwood where the tornadoes hit, and we were on that highway K7, which is where the picture that just looks all bright and just this big scary tornado. I had just gotten home from those places, just moments, and my sister had time, so it takes her about 20-25 minutes to get home from here. She got home and called me and said, Bonnie, there's tornadoes on the ground, confirmed. Please gathering up the kids and going into the basement. Can you call Mom and check and make sure she's seeking shelter? So I called Mom, made sure she was seeking shelter, and I asked Mom to call my other sister to make sure she was seeking shelter. So anyway, first of all, here's a couple of pictures of the areas I drove through. Talk about luck, huh? I was on those roads right before they hit. And we weren't even under a watch. So, the warnings, as soon as I hung up from my sister and called my mom and did all of that, I start cooking dinner. And I know that they usually come from that direction. But these didn't. They were weird. They were just like dropping out of the sky. It was a crazy tornado day. And then I'm sitting there cooking dinner, and my phone does an alert, and then our town sirens start going off. And I don't know if you've ever heard them, but it's like, it just gets so loud, and then it goes to low pitches so that everybody's hearing can catch it. Mine happens to catch every one of those pitch ranges, so it's like, And so I'm still, the sirens are going and I'm just finishing up with dinner. I'm looking outside and I actually thought I was videotaping, but I just took a picture and I was just looking up at the sky. It looks like I'm looking for the second coming of Christ. I'll throw that one up here too. And then one was right across the street from my sister, the one I asked my mom to call. My mom didn't call her. My mom went down in the basement. So that sister, she's got one literally, there's her place, the parking lot, and then this tornado. And she was just laying in bed because my sister's disabled. She was laying in bed just praying that God would take care of her family. How sad. She was so close to getting hit, but my nephew, for some reason, praise God, went over there and saw her there, and he picked her up and got her out of there and took her over to our mother's. And that's where they all got in the basement. He got in the basement with them. So thank you so much to my nephew. God bless you. You were an angel that day. And as for us, we had debris falling from the sky, which was so, the sky is falling. It was so weird, but it was just stuff like people are finding wedding dresses and veils and things that drifted far, far away. People's insulation from their house. We did lose a few trees, but nothing like, oh, the damages. There were, but of all the damage, lost houses, totally devastated houses, businesses, no loss of lives. That's a miracle in itself. But I think that also has something to do with living in Kansas. We kind of stay prepared. Even though I was in the kitchen and I'm not paying a lot of mind, I know what I'm watching for and looking for in the sky outside. And my kitchen is so windowed that I can see what everything that's going on out there. So I just kept cooking, and as soon as it was finished, I called and checked on my son, and my son is a firefighter and a storm watcher. So actually he called me while I was cooking. I didn't call him. I was finishing up cooking, and my son called and said, Mom, you might want to go ahead and take shelter. And I said, okay, are you taking shelter? And he said, yes. And I said, all right, I'll check on your sister. So, and he had friends coming over that didn't have basements and neighbors. So I checked on my daughter, and they were on their way here with their kids. So they got here, and we took shelter because it was really, really close. So I think it's the first time my grandkids experienced this. So they were scared, but I just talked calmly to them, and we sat at a table and chairs just down in the basement and just had stuff ready in case we lost power, which we didn't. I don't even think there was any flickering of lights, but we were prepared. We had lanterns and everything. So my heart really goes out to those who lost all of their homes and cars. And it was kind of funny because we watched somebody had a drone up right after, and this guy's walking around this just destroyed house, and he's walking with two things. He has a guitar and a fishing pole. And he sets them on a trailer, and he's like, okay, that was the only important things. you know he's a redneck. His most valuable things in the whole house, he found them. Hallelujah for him. His guitar and I love it. I love it here, you guys. His guitar and his fishing pole. It's all a man needs. Okay, so I'm probably going to put on a headband because my head's in my face. I'm just going to do a very, very simple, very little makeup. So I just put on some e.l.f. moisturizer. I've switched from e.l.f. to oil of Olay. Big times. Moving on up. I don't think I'll ever do expensive anything. And I'm going in with CoverGirl and Olay Simply Ageless, and ivory. I think it's classic ivory. Let me check. I don't think you care, because it's the same one I wear all the time. It's in classic ivory. I need to remember that because I'm running out. And I'm just going to put it on like moisturizer, because basically all I want out of this is some sunscreen. So how are you guys? Are any of you, I know I heard from some of you in my comment section, some of you that are here in the Kansas City metro area, because there were tornadoes all over. I'm in Leavenworth County. There were tornadoes in Douglas County, which is a neighboring county to me, and Wyandotte County, Leavenworth County, Johnson County. Yeah, so please check in here and let me know how y'all are doing. I got scared because we've been working on our deck after the tornadoes. We had beautiful weather the very next day. The most beautiful weather we've had all year. It was amazing. And we were working on our deck, and the smell of death, like something dead. It's like we finally get a beautiful day and the smell of death is under here. I think it's something in the woods. I don't know. So Dennis hunted it down, and it was a dead possum by our shed. No clue. I don't know if we did have some flooding from the creek that came up close to the house. I don't know if it flooded it out. It was a grown one. It wasn't a baby. So I always freak out a little bit when we find, you know, I'm like, okay, I gotta make sure our dog has its rabies shots, because we do have to deal with, unfortunately, wild animals like that, which are nice to watch from afar, but you have to worry about rabies and stuff when they're entering into your domain. So I'm going to put on very, very, very little eyeshadow, probably just a base. I don't know where any of my brushes are. This will work. Sometimes I go to Pick Monkey and play around, and I was playing around with things that I wanted to see that I might want to have enlarged or made an 8x10 out of. And so I was doing some editing on a canvas, and I accidentally bought it, and I couldn't figure out how to cancel my order. So I said, oh well, forget it. I'll just let it come in, just because I think it's funny anyway. But I had posted this on Instagram, this picture, so I had done it right after that, so I had the picture up fresh, so I was playing with it. It shows up. It's a 16x20 canvas, y'all. Of me and Dennis in like 1987. That's hilarious. So I don't know what to do with it. I think I'll put it in my bedroom, because I really don't know what to do with it. But yeah, I accidentally ordered it. I paid like 40 bucks, 45 bucks. Oops. And it's not that I don't like it. I mean, it's us. Look at us. It's like, what's his name? Tom Cruise, and I have no clue for who I am. I look like a cockatiel with that hair. But, I was jamming it back then. So, I think I'll have to hang that in the bedroom. I don't know. That's all I'm doing. That's it, guys. That's it for my eye toppers. My eyelids. Eye toppers. I make such a terrible guru. Let's do our eye toppers. I am going to try to fill in my brows a little bit, just because I feel super, super naked without them. And even if I don't have any makeup on, it helps to have little brows going. What am I doing? Not on my... Y'all, I can't. I can't with my own self. Here we go. Just doing my nothing. I'm not even trying. And it is very obvious. I'm using Max in taupe. And the brush that came with it, because it's the sharpest, slimy brush I have. I don't even try to draw individual hairs because most people I hang out with are the same age as me, and we can't see very good. We get an automatic blurring effect. It's kind of nice. It's a benefit of getting older. So you kind of get a Snapchat filter in real life all the time. And when you see someone wearing glasses, you're like, because, you know, they're going to get a clear view. And you don't really care what the young people think, so you're just trying to keep up with other 50, 60, and 70-year-olds. That's the best you could do. One good thing about getting older is we really don't judge each other like young people do. And we tend to compliment each other more on our clothing and just in general on our personalities. And the biggest compliment you get is, it's so fun to be with you. Or we have also said that one of the biggest compliments is if someone comes over and falls asleep. Because a lot of senior citizens, but this happens with young people too, a lot of people have trouble going to sleep. So when someone can come to your house and feel comfortable enough to just knock out and go to sleep, that's a big compliment. It means you have a cozy house. You have a home. I just avoid the ones that, you know, stay because it's so comfortable they don't want to go home. Yeah, we do have very short attention spans for company. It's like, come visit for an hour. So I have a few videos that need to go out that should have gone out last week, but I couldn't upload them, so they did not go out. I cannot see what I'm doing, so that's as good as it's gonna get. Oh, blush. And then that's it. Oh, no. Blush and mascara. So, how is everybody's health? These are things that we discuss on the Bonnie Life. How are your bowels? Are they moving? If you're not my age, look forward to it. Those are the conversations you have. Your last doctor's appointment and the best laxatives. No, not everybody. A lot of people my age are much younger and more youthful than me. I'm just old lady at heart. Most people are young at heart. I'm like 90 at heart. Just got my cane. Hello. How's everybody doing? Legit. Legit. Truth. Truth, truth, truth. Mascara. I am going in with X-Lash, my favorite at the moment. Mascara. I'm just going to go in very light. With a very light hand. It has a curved wand. I actually did a... I was supposed to do a review on this. I think I did. If not, I'm sorry. I'll put the info down here in the description box. Right down here. They have an awesome serum that makes your eyelashes grow. So that is a bonus for me. So no really big plans today for me. That's why I'm just doing so little. We are getting ready to haul a lot of stuff off for an auction. We're auctioning off a ton of our stuff. We are minimalizing. We're minimalizing the whole thing. We're minimizing. I tried doing the KonMari, but we, after 30 years in the same house? No, 20 years in the same house, we have just accumulated too much stuff. So we thought about having a yard sale, and that's just, we know that we're just, we don't have the, we don't have the fortitude or the energy or the desire to go through all of that nonsense. So we'll take it to auction. Everything that doesn't sell we'll put on free cycle and get rid of it. And anything that doesn't go to free cycle, unfortunately, will go to the dump. And we hate to fill our landfills up, but it's taking up as much real estate at our house as it will at a dump. So it's got to go. I want to do the Swedish death organization method. That's hardcore, but that's really what I want to do. The KonMari is what we've done, but I want to do the Swedish death because y'all saw my glasses, right? I'm going to be donating those though. So not all of them, but I will be donating some of the glasses. And I have a ton of wigs that I have to take up to the cancer center when I have my appointment, my oncology appointment. I think is on the 19th, my follow-up with them. So I'm going to take a bunch of wigs that I have and donate them because I saw the chemo we had to pass through where everybody was getting chemotherapy. And there's a lot of people there, women, and a few had wigs, and most of them didn't. So I talked to them about it, and they said, sure, bring them up. So they're brand new, still in the packaging, so I will be taking those up and donating those. So just one little thing at a time. So this is all I'm going to do for today, and I'm going to go get started. I have some things to pack up, and at least I won't scare Dennis when he gets home. Okay, I hope you all have a blessed day. I just wanted to kind of explain what's been going on before I start uploading all of these videos this week that just kind of come out of nowhere as if nothing happened. Please pray for the people of Linwood and everybody who is affected by tornadoes everywhere, far and wide. By the way, Bob is okay. When I put up that, as I am, what was I doing? Oh, I was on the phone with Bob right after the tornadoes. Bob had called me, and I'm on the phone talking to him, and I can hear his siren. And I was like, oh my, and he says, oh, Bonnie, gotta go. He's stuck in a wheelchair, y'all. I was so scared, like, how's he gonna find shelter? And he texted me and said he was in the pantry. And he has a basement, so I need to try to figure out a way to help him get access to his basement for storms like that. So, but he's fine. So for those of you who've been worried about him, thank you for your prayers for him too. And he is okay. And so am I, and we're good. And please pray for those who aren't so good. And that's all. I love you guys. God bless you. Take care. I'll see you soon. But it'll be me in the past all this week. God bless. Bye-bye.